We will never ever get that. It is normal that a former or active star could be doing an advertisement for curtains.
You could do a great commercial for curtains. You like these curtains?
could.
I got some curtains too.
All the time when people approach me and could you do advertisement for this and this still, I said, listen guys, the first thing is my audience are not girls. If you would be super, super smart, you would put still active or former star compared to something guys are buying and not girls. Yeah, I love your lingerie and I will wear it, but 90% of my customers are guys. Hey, I saw that hot girl, I got off to her, and you know what? She's doing advertisement for this fabulous underwear, so I thought like I'll buy you this because she was wearing that.
Yeah.
Well, nobody will do that.
2 goons, not one but 2 goons. 2 goons, 7 hours in the bathroom.
Hey guys, it's me, Texas Patti, and you're watching 2 Goons.
Hey Goons, you can catch me live in Barrie, Ontario, Canada, July 11th, Chicago, July 17th to 19th, Los Angeles, California at the Comedy Store, August 18th, Plano, Texas, August 14th to 15th, and check out my new comedy special, How to Make Your Balls Bigger, out now on YouTube. Get all your tickets at Durena.com or
JJLibermanLive.com.
Start off with why you moved to America. You moved to America 9 years ago.
Correct. 9 years ago was the first time that I thought like, hey, let's try it out over there.
Yeah.
Originally, I'm from Germany, but roughly, I would say 10 years ago, I figured out that the whole porn market went down in Germany. Not completely done, but slow, really slow. So the big
Mainstream
porn. Yeah, exactly. Mainstream. So companies hire you to shoot for them a movie. That's it.
Yeah.
So
And how long were you doing at this point? When it up until 10 years ago?
Roughly 6 years.
Okay, so you'd been doing it 6 years, and what kind of like at that time for the 6 years that you're shooting mainstream and you're shooting on not tape, on C, what was it like?
Yeah, like I'm assuming some of the shot was on VHS or DVD.
DVDs.
Yeah, I just entered the market when VHS was gone.
Going?
And DVD was
coming
like,
in.
Yeah. So what kind of money? What kind of money were you making a year? So you're not like making money from the internet. You're making money from mainstream. How much money would you make as a European porn star?
I had a contract with a European company. You can compare it maybe to Hustler here.
Okay, yeah.
Same like that. You get a picture of it. So same like Hustler, I was on a contract and they paid me monthly, and then I got additional payment for each single scene, and I did like a TV show and stuff. So there was a lot of included. It was not only like, hey, I did 4 porn scenes, that's it.
Yeah.
So there was a lot like shows and brothels because we have
Shows at brothels.
yeah. So to get the audience kind of attracted to the girls who want to work. So they hired posters. You did a show or something on stage.
Oh,
and then
wow.
you just left the stage and everyone was horny and the girls had work and you relaxed for another 2 hours backstage and then you went out back.
So they would bring you up as like the opening act. You'd be like, get everyone hard. And and then you're dildoing yourself. You're doing this big performance.
Correct.
And then these guys are like, well, now I want to fuck. And then they bring the girls out.
Correct.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then, sorry, you can't me, but
But
look
here,
at them.
look at all this.
So what?
Honestly, good marketing.
Yeah, it's fluffing for the brothels.
Correct.
And so, what cities? And we'll get to the question. But what cities were you doing the kind of? You know, because in America they don't really have the brothels except in Vegas. They had Bunny Ranch, but what cities were you doing? Only in Germany, or were you going to like Vienna and?
No, mostly in Germany.
Okay.
It is funny because everything is super close, like Poland, Austria, Italy, like all the countries are super close to Germany.
Yeah.
But if you're a German actress, you just work in Germany. I
Wow.
don't know. Sometimes I went over to Switzerland for some conventions, but that's literally it. So the mainstream and the main industry was in Germany.
Berlin.
And funny because everyone calls like, oh, it was Berlin, right? And it was not Berlin. It was, I would say, a small town. It calls Essen.
Oh,
so
really?
there was like one of the two biggest companies back in the days in Germany, and I would say, to be honest, worldwide. They distributed their content all over the world, and they were like in a small town in Essen. So everything was like in NRE. So it's like the state, let's say.
Yeah.
So everything was kind of surrounding that.
So you would just basically either drive around or train around.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Wow.
it. Easy. Yeah.
And you saw what you saw happening in the industry in Germany was that there was like a downtick in, like you said, in the mainstream work. So that brought you over here. But you're starting to see the same thing happen to the industry here.
Yeah, and I told everyone. Nobody believed me back in the days.
Oh, right. You've seen the canary in the coal mine because of what happened in Germany.
Exactly. Yeah. So in Germany, the market went down. And then I talked to my husband and said, okay, we have two opportunities, because of course you don't want to step back. Like, I want to achieve something, and if there is nothing to achieve, why should I work for something? Everyone has a goal in life, and my goal was just taken away because those companies disappeared.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, this is not competition anymore, so what should we do?
Yeah.
And then we just stepped over to the United States, and here was everything like it was 15 years ago in Germany. And I was like,
okay.
let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
So we went over here.
Was it hard to get the paperwork? Because we're both Canadian.
Yeah.
Too. Really.
Yeah,
So
she's
where
on
are
that
you
one.
right now?
Yeah.
Like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really hard to get the paperwork.
So you had a company sponsor you.
Correct. You need a company. You need all the deal memos.
Same with us. Deal memos.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You have to show 3 words. So for those who don't know, a deal memo for comedians is we have to show 3 years of work and tours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you have to show 3 years of getting fucked.
And it was hilarious because, as you could imagine, I don't know how far you guys are, but at one point you have to go to the embassy in your country. It depends from where you're applying your visa.
Yes.
Yeah.
I applied it technically from Germany, so I choose the German embassy.
Yes.
So that means as soon as your visa is approved,
Yeah.
you have to go on your fucking plane, move over, or wherever you are, go back into your country, and then go to the embassy, schedule an appointment there, go to the embassy, and then the person behind the counter has the kind of the last word.
Yes,
So
yes.
he is the decision maker, even if it's approved, and the most of the
They
people
can say no.
exactly.
Yeah.
The most of the people don't know
And
that.
and most people also don't know that every time you enter America, you still can get turned down by border control.
Correct.
So even though you have the paperwork, you still can be sent back.
Exactly. So I went there with my husband together. If you're married, it's kind of easy. You pay like an additional $500 for your plus one. So
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
right? Compare what everything else costs,
Yeah,
right?
it's quite
so, yeah, it is. So, I went with my husband to the embassy, and then we were standing at the counter, and they look through all your paperwork. And I'm talking right now, 9 years ago. So,
Yeah.
for the people who don't know, you can't bring your cell phone in it. Yeah, like no. The old school paper. That's
Yes.
it. So we were standing there. I had my whole file with me, a lot of paper stuff. And then he went through it and was like, I have to double check. So let me have a look. So what's your name? I was like, my name is Texas Patti. Okay, yeah, I will research that. So he put it, of course, stupid me, in the computer. And he said, listen, I have to tell you, nothing is showing up. I was
Really?
like, what?
Yeah.
Of course. And he said, I don't want to say that you're a fraud, but I had so many people here. They photoshopped pictures, photoshopped awards, stuff
Yeah.
like that. I was like, listen, dude, I have a career. Like all the DVD, and it's funny because I have to submit my DVD covers, right?
Yeah.
So you
Right,
see
yeah.
me with a fucking in my hand and
That's
all around. I
funny.
was like, okay, that's great. So,
That's so
You think
fun.
I photoshopped this?
yeah, right? No. So the funny thing is, nobody thought about.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Continue my sentence.
No, go. Oh well, because
can't
it's a
get porn.
government.
Yeah.
It's government
Exactly.
computer. Yeah.
And of course, porn sites are like
Blocked.
They're all blocked. Yeah.
not showing up there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then it was so funny, and it's still the story of my life. He said, Oh, of course. And I couldn't show proof of
course.
my phone because
Yeah.
I didn't have it with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's like, of course, I can't see it. You know what? I will take your file with me, home with me, and do the research there. And I was like, okay, good. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter what he did. Hopefully he had a lot of fun and a lot of free porn.
Was he
deserves
laughing when
it.
he said that?
He was laughing and like kind of like, yeah, you know how it is. I was like, yeah, hey,
I hope
enjoy
you got
your
paid
time.
overtime.
The best work from home job.
Yeah, there is moments when you're dealing with like very serious and there's moments like that, but then there's a breaking of the ice moment where someone says a joke and you're like, oh, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's the other cool thing that not that this is like inside immigration law that nobody's really gonna care about, but. So we have the same or we used to have the same lawyer. He scheduled the meeting, but the only thing he didn't realize, when you're Canadian, you actually don't have to do the embassy, even though I did the embassy meeting, because Canada falls under, I think it's the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, that any country under, and I think it's just Canada and Mexico, you don't have to do because we have that ally with America. So I did the meeting, which was unnecessary the same time, but the second time, I just walked over the border with my renewed visa and they stamped it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what happened the second
You
time.
did it too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when I went to cross the border, I had like just the email of the paperwork, and I showed them my old visa, and they're like, "Why'd you get this?
Right.
In your visa, why'd you get in your passport?" And I was like, "I don't know." My lawyer told
Yeah,
me
our-
that. He's
our
like,
lawyer-
"You don't have to do that."
Yeah, you don't. It's
Yeah.
only for every other country.
Yeah.
And the other,
Good for you.
other side
Well, I
note.
mean, you guys got the European passport though.
Yeah,
so
you
you
go
guys go everywhere in
everywhere.
Europe.
Yeah.
You got your own benefits over there.
Yeah. So the other thing, though, I saw the guy when I went for my meeting get turned down.
Oh,
So that
me too.
I've seen
you saw someone get turned down.
Yeah, directly in front of me.
directly in front of me.
Yeah,
too.
really. I was like, oh my god.
It was so. The guy was like, "I have the paperwork. I
Yeah.
won't say what country, but we're in a direct war with them right now."
Same.
And he goes, the guy goes, "But I have the paperwork. I have everything. This is the letters from the company."
What a
It's a sort
cruel.
of-
I won't.
Yeah.
I won't say the country.
No, we don't say the country.
But a direct war with them. I wonder who it could be.
It was.
Nobody would know.
and it made me so nervous.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I was standing there and I was like, oh my gosh. Because you put so much work inside,
So much work.
so much time, so much money.
So much.
Yeah.
A lot of.
So when you're standing there and you feel kind of assured that you will get it and someone directly in front of you get turned down, it is
It's frightening.
Yeah, it is frightening.
But you know what's so kind of cool right now, and I guess you probably feel like the same thing because you came to America, you're doing well, and you saw the canary in the coal mine where it's all going online again. I am now confident, like after being here for 5 years, I'm now confident if I couldn't do it here that I could do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could figure it out now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I want to be here. I still think, like, despite what people, like, the flaws that, and every country does have its flaws, but I really believe that this is, like, in terms of entertainment, this is truly the land of opportunity. It's the
It is.
greatest place to be for what we do, what you do.
Yeah. I think the most people who live here, grew up here, raised here, they don't value it because they can't compare.
Or they
it.
value it too much.
I like that. But
Yeah.
for us, I guess, like, and in Germany, we have entertainment, of course, and we
Yeah.
have like the big cities. Berlin is like everything is growing, but it's different. The attitude is different, and here it's really if you put the effort inside, and if you're good, and for me, it's all about passion. If you're really passionate about what you're doing, you can grow so fast, so big here. And in my opinion, it's not possible in.
And you
each
got
other
like a
country.
really good taste of what you got to see all the ins and out of the German porn
Yeah.
industry. Like, what was the thing you were saying that you had a TV show? Well, you said when you were contracted, you were doing a show. What was the show?
Yeah, we did kind of a show. It was so we are talking of the beginning of the internet, and
So you're looking at like 99, 2000?
Yeah, in the 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, we have to do something online. It's not about, it is all about porn. But of course, it is not about showing pictures. You have to show something else.
Personality, yeah.
So we invented this show. We went to car racing. So everything which was like, oh, there are sexy girls. Oh, that could be sexy as well. Like, and also always a men
focused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dudes like cars. Dudes like tits. Put them together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing about it. So it was a lot of fun because we were touring around, and that was the TV shows. We interviewed people like really mainstream. I was not naked there or something like this. It was more like really interviewing people, put that on a porn side to also entertain people beside the porn stuff. And then, of course, because I was doing this stuff, like, hey, if you want to see me fuck, like, click on this. So that was the whole
really ahead of its time in terms of, because that's what everyone's
That's
doing.
that's what OFTV is.
I know,
Yeah.
but back in the days, like, it didn't translate.
So were you?
Oh, really? No people.
The internet was not there.
Yeah,
Not the internet. The internet was there, but then also like the upload and download, it took forever. If you want to see it, then like you
have to sit there.
I come back in 10 minutes. Maybe then the video is
and
loaded.
people would only wait that long to jerk off. That's people were gonna wait that long to talk about cars.
So how when you were at the top of, in Germany, you're one of the top stars, I assume. Were you like, would you walk down the streets and very recognized, like people would know who you were, like you have that stardom, like because there's certain porn stars here. I'm good friends with Alexis Fox, and I know she gets stopped quite a bit. Like, did you have that in Europe when you would go places?
I would say in Europe the people are more shy.
Oh, okay.
So they look at you, and then sometimes they think, there's something in my face. What is it? And then Patrick is like, no, he probably. And then they text me afterwards. And I always tell people, listen, you can talk to me. I'm a normal human being. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But also imagine someone recognize you on the street. Like, what a fucking shame. Do you go up to them and say like, hey, are you Texas Patti? What do you think when I say no?
No, yeah. You go, who's Texas Patti?
Just wait.
Yeah.
What? You're watching porn.
Yeah.
I was in a casino with a legendary baseball player. His name was Albert Bell, and he was known for, like, he had, like, crazy anger issues. And I introduced myself because I was playing baseball at the time. This is 2005. And I'm standing beside him, and he's playing blackjack. Some guy walks up to him. This is in the casino in Arizona, goes, oh my God, you're Albert Bell? And he goes, nope. And
right? It is just bad. So I think and I assume people don't want to approach directly. And then sometimes, which I think is super nice, but also stupid. You weren't alone. So I don't know if it was your husband. So I don't want to talk to you when your husband is next to you. I don't know if he knows.
You don't know if he knows.
We were 20 years together, dude. What do you think where the patients are coming
so
from?
funny. By the way, we asked a question yesterday too. We haven't had a lot of European porn stars, and that's why we're kind of excited to we're going to be doing Venus this year, and maybe even Amsterdam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe Amsterdam in September if you want to be wild.
Right before,
Right before.
Yeah.
So why do you think? Okay, you brought it up, like Germans can be very shy and Europeans can be shy in public.
Yeah.
But why do you think there is that very shy to crazy? What
like the
is
BDSM?
that?
You guys are doing the hardcore, the very aggressive, like you guys. It's like the pain, the whips, the chains. Like that's what Germans are known for.
And also, I did say to and Che never saw it, that Czech. This is one of my favorite, where the chicks are in the boxes, but their legs are out and they get fucked by all those different guys. Why is that? Why is it so like one side on the street is like very buttoned up, and then on the other one in the bedroom it's just crazy? What do you think that is?
I don't know exactly, but I think Germany, or like, let's extend it a little bit more, like Europe in total, we are the master of double moral. So everything which happens behind the curtain is dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
And like in front of the curtain, everyone is like, I would never ever watch
Yeah.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, someone has to watch it.
Someone,
Yeah,
right.
people,
Yeah.
I see the view count. Yeah,
Yeah,
if people
so-
are watching
Yeah,
it.
we were
Yeah.
we were saying that
Yeah.
I can out of the millions of views, I can only be 10,000.
Exactly. Oh, so many are me.
Right?
Yeah.
Our guys, you know.
But
Now-
I think also, like, in general, Europe is more open-minded. So we have all the nude beaches. We have brothels, which are normal for us.
Very normal, right?
Really normal. Like in the beginning when I got here and I talked about like, oh yeah, I went to a couple of brothels and everyone's like,
Yeah, brothel over here is like crazy. Like
Yeah,
it's
that-
like illegal. It's considered really dingy.
Yeah,
it's considered like
dirty.
dangerous. Yeah.
I think that's not fair because
Yeah.
in my opinion, and I personally don't like this, like, oh, we are all sex workers. Yeah, we are all sex workers, but this is a regular job.
Job,
It's-
yeah, yeah.
It's not about sex work.
Well,
it's a normal job, in my opinion.
And do you feel like you're like the way you're treated in sort of like mainstream Germany? Like I've met Valentina Nappi. And Valentina Nappi in Italy, she's like a star. Like they have her on late
interesting.
night and stuff. In Germany, are you treated the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have like mainstream fame and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's what I did this reality TV show with. I hate this to say, but I'll clarify with normal reality TV stars.
Right.
Has nothing
Okay.
to do with porn.
Yeah.
and like I'm just throwing in the pot. And did it recently? It just aired. This I think they aired it in January.
Yeah.
Same like Love Island, but it calls Couple Challenge. So actually, you go into a camp with your couple, whoever that couple is, your husband, best friend, whatever,
Yeah.
sister, brother, and compete against other couples. But that's a normal reality show.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like if you were on Hollywood Squares or
Yeah.
something like that. I wish I had a more.
Hollywood
Reference.
Squares, no, but Hollywood Squares is like.
But that's an old reference.
No, they brought it back. They always bring back those stupid shows. So here was our argument we had on someone else's podcast, and I'm fucking sticking to my guns on this one. I said we went on this real funny comic in New York, Brendan Sagalow's podcast, and we were talking about Angela White, and we said I brought it up. I said, and because he didn't know who Angela White was, which I still don't believe him, and I said Angela White is in some way as recognizable as someone like Rachel McAdams, who's a massive movie star, and he was like, "There's no chance." And maybe not one-to-one recognizable, but if any, it's not that far off for people like yourself, for Angela, who are like legends of porn. Now, people won't admit that.
Correct.
But there's no way
Yeah.
that you're like, and maybe because it's not both sides of the population
You know what I
of the
think
genders.
it's like? I think stars are like as recognizable as athletes.
Yes.
Where it's like it's more niche to some people.
Correct.
It's not mainstream everywhere.
Correct.
But like if I say like Jalen Hurts to my sister, she has no idea who
No
that is.
idea, right.
But all the bros know
Right,
who Jalen Hurts
yes.
is. All the bros know who you are.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
No, I agree. It's
That
the
is
same.
a very
Yeah.
that is a
It's-
very good like
Comparison,
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think you have to be interested in something to recognize people.
Yeah.
So if you tell me something about basketball, I have no fucking clue.
Right.
If you
Yeah.
tell me something about football, like soccer,
Yeah.
football,
Soccer, yeah.
hey,
You're all
I'm
over
your
it.
girl,
Yeah.
right? So it is really what you're interested in, and I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think because that small percentage know Angela. I would doubt that.
That's
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
dude. You guys are on faces of some of the biggest trafficked websites
Correct.
Yeah.
in the world,
Yeah.
and so just because nobody's talking about, and that is kind of like because people were DMing me after. I had a buddy who's a big time poker player, like a very famous poker player and a very famous streamer, video game streamer. He goes, "Bro, I love your stuff, but you're so wrong." Rachel McAdams in the Notebook. I go, dude, I've never seen the fucking Notebook.
Yeah.
And I've seen hundreds of thousands of memes of porn stars.
Yeah.
and you're like, maybe for you and maybe for your girlfriend or whatever, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about like in not even the dark side of the internet.
No, you guys are very famous, and
Yeah.
there is now because America has never done anything like that. Where they actually maybe way back in the day there was things like Deep Throat where there was a lot of famous people on the red carpet and
Yeah.
stuff. But recently there was an model who got like an L'Oreal brand deal, like a makeup brand deal, and people freaked out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the people got really
was it?
upset. The Young Gravy's girlfriend.
Oh, Young. I was just
Yeah,
gonna say,
yeah,
Young
yeah.
Gravy's girl is so popular.
So there's a lot of scrutiny towards that. When you do those things in Germany, is there scrutiny? And also, do you think America can get to that where it's just like, oh yeah, it's like, oh, that's her job, and she's just another celebrity.
Yeah. Do you think the difference is that maybe that sort of interject, but do you think the difference is because there's a huge part of the population in America that is super, super religious? And do you think that's the difference of what, like, you know, I mean, you have a whole 40% of the population that is like God, church.
Yeah,
this,
no,
that.
I know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You think that?
And I think we will never, and hey, maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my opinion. I think we will never ever get there, that it is normal that a former or active pop star could be doing an advertisement for curtains,
Yeah.
for water.
Well, hey,
You know what I'm saying?
You could do a great commercial
Yeah.
for curtains. You like these curtains?
could.
I got.
Hey, I'm your girl.
I got
could
some
do that.
curtains too.
But no, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So all the time when people approach me and they don't get it, like, oh, could you do advertisement for this and this deal? I said, listen, guys, the first thing is my audience are not girls.
Yeah.
This is what the
yeah.
most people don't get.
Yeah.
right.
So if you would be super, super smart, you would put, doesn't matter, still active or former star, compared to something guys are buying
Yeah.
and not girls. Don't put me like, oh, can you do a gig with us and our lingerie? Yeah, I love your lingerie and I will wear it, but
Yeah.
like
No,
90%
yeah.
Nobody
of my
gives a
customers,
fuck. Yeah,
customers are guys. And what should she? Hey, I saw that hot girl. I jerked off to her, and you know what? She's doing advertisement for this fabulous underwear. So I thought, like, I'll buy you this because she was wearing that.
Yeah,
Like, What
yeah.
the fuck? Huh? No, nobody will do that.
No,
There's
it-
one
it-
star or only girl out of Miami who talked about that, and she does a lot of stuff. She has likes like fancy cars, like supercars.
Correct.
And so she does a lot of content with her supercars, and she'll do stuff where she like walks on the like over the hood and then onto the windshield and breaks the windshield and then gets on the roof of the car and does stuff where she's like breaking the windshield. And people are like, why do you do all this content? She's like, well, one, like I do this, people freak out because I'm damaging a supercar. But really, like replacing the windshield cost me like maybe $500.
Yeah.
And that's like the cost of my video. And
Yeah.
it does 10 million views.
Yeah.
Two, it's a car video. Dudes like cars.
Yes.
Dudes look at the car stuff. And I want dudes to come watch
Val,
me. Yeah.
Val too in California. We
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
friend who does get what is it called? Get in her car.
Get in the car.
Get in the car, Valerie.
Get in the car. Yeah,
Valerie Vaughn. Yeah.
Valerie
Yeah.
Vaughn. She's
Yeah.
beautiful. And she does all car stuff. Okay, so add to the religious aspect. So but you go to places in Europe and they have such beautiful cathedrals. There's like so many like very orthodox religions in Europe, but it seems again like it's a little bit more embraced. Why is that then?
I think we're just more open. Here it's more strict, like no sex before marriage. Okay, this is really extreme in my opinion, but
Yeah.
something like this, you know.
Yeah.
And in Germany, it's just not as we have also this super weirdos, I would call them, because I think it's just too much.
Repress sex is very weird.
Yeah.
It is very weird
It's-
because those are the people that are doing the most deviant shit.
Yeah, exactly. And in my opinion, it is all about to experiment with yourself, trust yourself, do stuff, and maybe sometimes you like it or you don't like it. But I think if someone will tell you, like, don't touch your pee for the next 20 years, it does something with your fucking
must,
head.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then those are the people who back in the day, like in my webcam, telling me the weirdest ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like, holy
What kind of weird stuff were you getting when you were camming, or even now? Like, because you do own, right?
I do still my camming stuff.
Oh, you
because-
still do camming?
Yeah,
Oh, sick.
because I don't know. For me, it is the most of the time I'm talking. To be honest,
Oh,
I don't
nice.
get naked. I don't know if that is a compliment or not, but
No, that's
what it is.
great.
It's just for me entertainment, and for me it is good because in the time when I'm here, the most of the sites I'm streaming are German customers on.
Yeah.
And of course, for them, it's like, oh my God, tell me about your life. Because it's such a different life compared to them. Like, it's another country. It's
interesting.
So they have a 9 to 5, and that's it, right? Married, probably unhappy, have kids, and have to schedule their life completely different compared to mine. So this is how I attract my audience. And then, of course, like, oh, I saw that movie. Can you tell me what happened behind the scene? Can you tell me that? So this is actually what and I give a lot of advice. Sometimes I think like I should charge extra for that.
But yeah, what are the weird requests, and also what are some of the customs that you've been asked to do that you're like, no, even for me, that's a little bit too much.
With customs, they are super polite to me.
Oh, really?
Because I guess there's so much extreme stuff for me out there. They are always asking me, oh, can you do strip and lingerie? I was like,
oh, really?
probably I should do more of that because I don't know. So for customs, they're nice.
Have you ever had a crazy one?
Custom?
Yeah, that request that you're like, it's a little too much.
No, not really.
Oh, wow.
But
Interesting.
in camming, you get that pretty often. But I think in camming, it's different because you're one click away of shutting me or him down as a consumer. So he's sitting there. I don't see him. I can't look into his eyes. He's just typing. So it's this distance between the both of us. And then... I mean, I'm always a person, I'm interested in the person behind the camera because I would say, I always make a joke with Patrick and say, oh, you know what? If porn's not working out anymore, I go to the FBI and get a profiler. Because over the years, the way people texting with you and writing stuff and acting, I could put them in categories age-wise, how they look, what they...
No way. So what are some of the categories that you could for sure like, oh, this is this, that, and what would be some of those categories that are easy for you to pinpoint?
So usually when they come up with this mommy stuff, which is of course a big thing with the mommy stuff and oh my God, like I would love to and all this fucking shit, I can 90% tell you he's between 18 and 26.
Oh, interesting.
Not older than 30.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
You don't think
usually a person who is an introvert, really to self, gaming, and probably working in a technical field.
Wow.
It's that habit. Sometimes, of course, I'm wrong.
Right.
But this is...
There's outliers to everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah. So I love to do that. And then at one point, I was like, oh my God, I wish you could turn on your camera. And then I'm a person, I know, hopefully none of my customers listen to that. But I take always a look at the surrounding, how the environment is. Because, of course, to 9% they're in their bed.
Yeah.
And then when in their bed and filming their people, you
Yes.
see all the background.
Oh, you can see. So, you see the.
You know?
Yeah, you're seeing the whole.
Exactly.
room. Oh my God.
What's that? Yeah. What's
So
And
you're
then
analyzing everything.
You get the weirdest stuff because sometimes you think like, oh my God, he's such a good looking guy, but in the background, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Under all this, he's a hoarder or something like this.
like this
Yeah.
guy? This guy's such a good looking
Yeah.
guy. His room's a disaster.
It's
I will
really
take a
not.
look.
It's just
to my
Slob,
cam.
Slobville, USA.
it just has all the video equipment.
Pigville, USA. Garbage on the floor, cups. But yeah.
So yeah, it is really interesting, and sometimes, I mean, you have really odd stuff going on.
Yeah.
When I think the weirdest one, and
This is great, by the way.
It's,
Well, this is what we come for.
Yeah.
it's a lot of fantasy, and I totally understand that.
Sure, yeah,
So-
yeah.
And I love to play with that because I always think probably they have a lonely life, and
Yeah.
if that turns him on, great.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, you know what? I'm home and I'm lying just next to my wife.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, great, in the bedroom. And then I thought, like, yeah, of course, I'm talking because I'm not the typing.
Yeah.
My weapon is talking.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I type, I lose people.
Okay.
Because
Your spelling mistake, backface,
and then,
backface.
exactly, and then it's like 5 minutes later, no answer, like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
right? So I'm the person, I always talk. So I thought, yeah, of course, you're lying in the fucking bed and listening to my voice, and your wife is next to you. So I'm like, okay, great. Put your blanket beside you, and then just jerk for me. Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, I will do. Yeah, tell me more. So at one point, I told him, like, you have to turn your camera on because I think you're a liar. And he was like, I'm not a liar. It's like, so your wife is next to you. Yeah, she's really next to me. I was like, I would see that. And usually that's the point. People shut me off and click away because then they get catched and then the whole
like
illusion.
they're nervous. Yeah.
The illusion. He turned his camera on and the wife was like,
No way.
And he has headphones on?
yeah.
What a champion. Good for him. What a real champion. I
And
love
then,
that.
I mean, maybe it's bad, but then I said, like, oh my God. I mean, I didn't say it.
Suffocate
I was
her.
shocked. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you have to finish that. You know that? Yeah. And I was like, you have to on the blanket of her.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I can do that. And I was like, why are people doing that? But for me, it's like a game show.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the
for
best
sure.
entertainment ever.
In your head, you're going, surely he won't. And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. And you're
And
like,
then-
oh my God.
Exactly. So for me, it's always like whatever they pay in the cam per minute.
Yeah.
For me, it's I don't entertain them. They
Yeah.
entertain me. You only have to play it out smart. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yeah.
Because I also understand that there are a lot of girls in camp super drained and sometimes with the comments and stuff like that, it hurts them. And over a certain amount of time, they quit camp because they was like, I can't do that because
Yeah.
people treat me so bad. And that has also something to do, I guess, with my age.
Mm-hmm.
I think with my black hair and everything, and nobody is coming for me in the fucking camp because
Yeah.
I call them out on their shit.
Yeah.
So if you're younger, it's different. But also, you have to just reverse the whole fucking game because I every time tell them, like, I'm not here for you. You are here
You're
for
for
me,
me.
guys.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to entertain me. And if you're boring, I will go.
Oh.
Yeah.
And well, there also is something to you having done adult work for so long. You've probably cultivated you've hemmed your audience
yeah.
into what it's going to be.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
anyone who had tried to join your community who was toxic or bad, you're like, they've been kicked out. They've
Exactly.
been cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
do you cam? Any specific? Do you have like exclusive contract with anyone?
I had exclusive contracts in the beginning of my career, and after a while, I decided to not do exclusive contracts
Yeah.
because I think it just hurts your whole career.
Have you ever done my
I
soul
did.
universe?
Yeah, it
You
was
have
fun.
done?
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
Maybe?
No,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Offer
It
code
was
Two
really
Goons.
fun.
Yeah, Two Goons, Alpha Coke, Two Goons. Yeah, they've been sponsoring the podcast, and they,
Yeah. No, I think I know them over years. And
Really?
yeah, really. And I'm always happy when I see them. And at all
you know the whole
conventions.
thing is when they on Instagram 2 years ago is when I first saw them. There was like the Germate ranked, and it went crazy viral.
I know.
It
So many people. Sorry to interrupt you. I shot, I think, not really 2 scenes, but I did like one scheduled cam show with, who was it? Sylvia Sage, and back in the days, I think it was Rachel Cavalli. And we did like a threesome camming stuff. And listen, people went crazy
Really?
about it. And they're still like, oh, I saw your German. I was like, this is so long ago. But
Hey,
yeah,
that means
it's
you
super famous.
made an impression on people. Yeah.
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 No, it was really good. Yeah.
And
Oh,
touching on something we kind of glossed over before, we were talking about like the German culture and everything like that. And you've said before that American shoots and German shoots aren't that different. But you did say one difference between them is in the German shoots, they don't make you get rid of the girly stuff. Can you explain to us what girly stuff is?
So in Germany, I mean, it changed also, but it was brand new to me when I got here.
Yeah.
So first shoot here, the producer or whoever that was handed out to me a bottle with something on it. And we're like, what the f*** is that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, right now you have time for your girly stuff. I was like, what the f*** is girl? I'm shaved. I'm clean. What should I do with this thing?
Yeah.
So-
This mystery bottle.
Exactly. Nobody explained me because everyone thought like, oh, that's a normal habit.
Yeah.
So I'm asked because I'm a person. If I don't know, I don't like Google or something. I was like, for what is that?
Yeah.
It's like to clean your pussy. I was like, why should I clean my pussy? Because to get rid. So sometimes, of course, to make it like not less awkward, you have like kind of white stuff in your pussy.
Yeah.
So when you're fucked, you can see that at the. It is normal. It
Yes.
is pre or whatever.
There's
And-
a slang term for it called gruel.
Gruel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Germany or in Europe, it shows, and this is actually what it does. It's another thing. If you're not healthy, then it comes from another side, but you can see that clearly and you can smell it.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So if you have that, it's a good sign because that means you're into it.
Yes.
And then I thought,
Yes.
like, why should I put that away? And he
Yeah.
said, like, nobody wants to see that on camera. I was like, but this is normal.
Yeah.
This is how a body works. It
Yeah.
is the same what is I like, oh, don't come on camera. We don't want to see the cum shot. That's all. You know what
It's
I'm
like
saying?
You're
it's
the
part of it,
second
yeah.
person who has said this, and to me, that's actually, to be honest with you, that's kind of mind blowing. I'm surprised guys want it so sterile. I think the gruel is kind of hot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because it's normal. And then we make it, the whole point, of course, is illusion. 100%. But why should we do and act like there's nothing going on there? And then instead of that, girls putting like lube, a lot of lube, and they're fucking. And then they are acting so weird and from like, we've ready with shooting. I put this whatever chemical stuff in my body to sanitize my poop. I was like, listen, you need education, people. There are bacteria in our poop which have to be there because if they're not there, it is not healthy because it's the protection. It's the same like in your fucking mouth. There are bacteria, and it's good that they are there because otherwise something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Germany we just don't have it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys have good social services and good schooling system. The American schooling system is really bad.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they don't know about how to take care of their pussy.
Yeah, so and also like this stuff which is in the bottle, it is awful. If you put this in your
You
you
mean
will
that-
destroy your
Yeah.
whole like
Your whole
environment
body,
of good bacteria, and then
Yeah.
it even gets worse because if you then shoot a scene and so you 100% get a fucking infection after that.
It's like
Right.
Why do people sell that? I
the
don't get
UTIs.
it.
Yeah.
What are you?
Just got to piss. I'll be right back.
Yeah. What are you? You said that kind of like the mainstream's hitting a wall right now. What are you doing? A lot of just your own stuff and camming.
I did it all the time. I think
Yeah.
that was one point for me because, as I said, when I left Germany, not left, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When I moved over here, the whole mainstream industry went down already in Germany.
Yeah.
And I shot my own content. I mean, my husband is not a performer. But he's my husband. He signed up for that shit. So, of course, he has to volunteer as fucking to me.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah.
He's
And-
still does stunt cop.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, I shoot with other people as well but also like, you know how it is sometimes you need content, you publish once a week and usually you get scheduled and then something happens.
Someone
and then
cancels.
you need
yeah.
something last minute. I was like, drop your fucking pants. We have to shoot a right now. So, yeah. So I did that in Germany already. And we had a lot of sites in Germany, like VX, for example, like VisitX was there. You could upload your amateur stuff, let's
Yes.
say. And it was a website different to OnlyFans, because OnlyFans is you have to bring your community. For VisitX, for example, it was different. It was, let's say, a browsers where you can put your amateur porn inside, and there was already a community.
Yeah, so like even like
and and stuff
yeah.
like exactly. So you don't have to bring your own stuff, like your own audience. Like there were already people, they advertised it good and stuff like that. So I did it. Even when I was in Germany, I did my own private stuff, like amateur stuff. When I got here, I thought like, okay, cool. Yeah, I will just continue here with all the other people. So my first set, I shot with a guy, and then I asked him after the shoot was great, and I really liked him. He was a good performer. And I asked him and said, are you down for content? And he said, what do you mean? I was like, content, like content trade.
And he
Of course. Yeah, just hit me up. And I was like, okay, whatever. Then, of course, because if you tell me around, I will come around. I'm German. Don't tell me things, right? So I was like, okay, great. I hit him up. He never replied. And then my agent back in the days came up to me and said, what are you doing? Are you asking around if people shooting for you for free? I was like, no. Yeah, you ask so-and-so if he wants to shoot a porn with you. I was like, yeah, but content trade.
yeah.
You have to pay people. I was like, huh? Why I have to pay people when it's traded content?
Yeah.
My English is not so good, but I think
But you were both getting the content. We both sell it.
And that's the payment for
Yeah.
both of us. We don't do that here. So
You were even ahead of the curve on that.
that,
yeah. And I couldn't shoot content here because like my agency, like, don't approach people to ask because it's so annoying. Nobody is doing it. That's
Wow.
a European thing. It is cheap and you have to pay people for that. I was
And
like,
now everyone does
Now
it.
everyone does it.
and then when COVID hit, everyone was complaining, I don't earn money. All the companies are there. And I was like, I have content, bitch.
Yeah,
Well-
you
So,
made all
yeah.
this content. Okay, one thing I'm super interested in though, where's the German industry right now? Because you said there's multiple things that you're like, we were doing this in Europe and America was like 10 years behind on. What's going on there now? So that's different than what's happening here. What do we say is cutting edge in Europe?
I hate to say that, but there are no companies anymore.
There's no companies.
Nothing.
No.
So like
Really?
there's no, like there was like the Brazzers of Europe and all that kind of stuff, but all of that
They all went under.
I mean, Brazzers is still shooting because it's kind of international. And some
Well,
of them-
Brazzers, yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm saying the European main ones.
Yeah.
They are gone.
They're all gone.
Wow.
And so it's all just independent.
All independent.
Wow.
We have a couple of companies, and we'll just name them. Of course, sometimes Tashi Vixen, the whole Vixen group, is,
Yeah, right.
shooting stuff. Brazzers is shooting stuff, and a couple of other companies like Evil Angel. But also, like with the Evil Angel, sometimes you get hired, but there are also like other people in the network who do content trade. You know, you've seen Get to Evil Angel. It shifts a little bit, but this is where we're at in Germany. There are no companies.
Wow.
There is no mainstream market because people just figured out, listen, at first, I have to travel. I have to go somewhere. I'm losing time.
Oh,
the money
wow.
I earn there. Of course, it's good, but I can earn more if I do my camming, my whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Why should I do that? So, and we are in the time, I think, the more advanced we are in technical stuff, the less professional productions will be around.
Yeah.
Because if you look back in the VHS age, nobody could afford a fucking camera.
Yeah.
It was like
Right.
felt like millions of dollars, this camera, and to hand it and to edit this.
Oh,
stuff,
editing was
Yeah.
probably 20 years ago impossible.
correct.
Impossible.
Exact. And right now, hey, you have it on your phone.
Literally, kid edits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. With
Not.
Yeah.
I want to clarify that.
They-
No,
Yeah.
just-
Kids can edit.
They know how to edit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, the only thing you need to get into the internet and earn your own money is a cell phone.
Yeah.
And internet. That's it. And back in the days, it was different. You needed those companies because other than the companies, how do you get your stuff
Yeah.
out there? You need
So now kind of the companies would be like Fansly. Like these are who are sort of
These are the big players.
You're the big,
The
yeah,
yeah.
Those are who the big players are now.
of
But in terms of production, it's like you make all your own stuff. You own all your own stuff. It's basically like payment processors. These platforms take a cut, and then you just keep putting your stuff out there.
Yeah, exactly. And this is how it changed. And it was almost there when I left Germany.
Yeah.
And right now, I would say it's 100%. We have a couple of companies who are shooting in Budapest and Czech Republic.
Right.
Germany, not at all, I would love to say. I mean, maybe one or two, but it's not
What-
counting.
So what if when we go to like XBiz in Amsterdam or Venus in Germany, who's there then? Is it just the performers and the fans?
It's the performers, it's the fans. Of course, there are different companies as well. We have a whole fetish section in Germany, like in Berlin at
Right,
the Venus, like the
right.
kinky area, where all the kinky people get their audience with live performance on stage, stuff like that. There are different studios who are hiring dominas to perform in their studios.
Okay.
So you have all the companies there. Some of them doesn't say something to you because it's so German based. Visit X, for example, My Dirty Hobby, which is ILO kind of based. ILO is behind it. So they have huge booths there. And
Is it still as fun doing the Venus as it was like 10 years ago, or is it different now?
I would say if you never went, it's
Always gonna be
crazy
remarkable.
and it's a
yeah.
lot of fun. For me personally, because my first year is, and then back in the days, I was also like a customer. I was there to visit the Venus, and this is 18 years ago. Of course, things changed.
Yeah.
Because what is not allowed anymore here and there, but live sex shows on stage, they cut it because right now you need special permission for that.
Sorry. Just
Yeah.
we want to fuck public. Oh, you need a permit for that.
That's Germany.
What?
We need for everything a
Two people
permit.
fuck on the sidewalk. Hey, yeah, let me see the paperwork.
No, but that's different. If you're fucking public, which is also like a thing where in Germany, where I guess the German is super famous for, like,
Yeah,
do you
right.
have
Public,
outdoors?
yeah.
Because nobody cares in Germany. Of course, you do care in terms of no families or kids
Yeah,
around,
sure,
Yeah.
right.
But if you're late at night somewhere out or somewhere in the woods and there is nothing going on there, right? Nobody cares. And even if the police is catching you, they're like,
Really? So how
get
would,
finished.
so okay.
TikTok, buddy. I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. I want to see that come out of the day.
Correct.
In terms of traveling for someone who likes like I love the idea of I've never been to Amsterdam. I've never been to like Europe, but I like the whole like the vibe of the red light
Yeah.
districts. Where would you say for someone to go travel for this kind of like lifestyle to see the cool like brothels and stuff like that in Europe and the very life?
I would say definitely Amsterdam is one of the main capitals. I mean, it's all over, but famous for definitely
Yeah.
Amsterdam. Berlin, 100%.
Okay.
The Kit Kat Club, Bergheim, and like.
Have you gone?
Of course, I'm German. It's like, of course, yeah.
We had a German girl on yesterday.
Oh,
Our
really?
first Sally Dinosaur.
And you don't know her?
And she never
she
went.
said she's never been to Kit Kat Club or
What?
Borkind.
How old is she?
I can't. She's in her 20s. Yeah.
See, that's different.
Yeah.
Listen, I went there, I think 19 years ago, the first time to the Kit Kat Club.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it.
Really?
What was it like?
Yeah,
What was it like going?
Amazing.
I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, it's a Disneyland. If the door's opening, I mean, there is no guarantee that you can enter the club.
Yeah.
So there's
That's what's crazy.
No, I got denied.
yeah. So there is a doorbell, and I remember, I think
doorbell.
this. Yeah. So
And
it's
how do
really
they,
a doorbell.
how do they
Yeah.
decide?
What?
The doorman.
Well, Burkind's very strict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kit Kat Club's less strict, but when we
Less.
went, it was me and my buddy. We show up, and the bouncer was like, "It's Renegade Night," and we're like, "Okay," and he goes, "It is a gay fetish night," and we went, "Oh," and he went, "Are you gay?" And we went, "No." He went, "You cannot come."
Probably better for you.
yeah, definitely.
But
better, dude.
why is Berkheim so strict?
I think both of them, they're strict. And this has at first something to do with if you open up your doors for everyone, it is nothing special.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So, and for the Kit Kat Club is the same. Because if you go there, sometimes they have themes. But normally they're pretty open. But I remember a couple of years ago when the Expo was in Berlin, because the first Expo convention was not in Amsterdam, it was in Berlin. They took the hotel just in front of the Kit Kat Club, which I thought was a great location. And all the US people were there. And then, I don't name anyone, but at one point, Patrick and I said, let's go. And everyone was a little bit, let's say, tipsy. So we all went over. And for the people who don't know, on those conventions, they are not only like people, they are also like payment processors. Has nothing to do with, I mean, the most of them, they are so like going to all the conventions. I mean, you
Right,
know that.
yes.
That they are also like normal people, have nothing to do with porn. Never been on a fucking that. So
They're just they're vectors to.
correct, yeah. So we dragged all of them to the club, and then in front of the door, because the guy, the door bitch, that's my favorite. I knew him, and I was like, "You have to let us in." They were never in, and he said, "Like I can't let them because they were like in these suits," and I was like, "Okay, get rid of your shirt, get rid of this, get rid of your pants. I put it in the pocket. We will sort them." I was like, "I can't get naked." I was like, "You will," and then we all get into the club, and it was hilarious. I think it was the best night for them ever.
Really?
And so I think there is a topic about it to not let anyone in, and it's a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you have just to go.
So
there.
if you're well known in the industry, if you're a performer or something like, they let you. They know if they know who you are. It's
different. I mean,
yeah.
that's different, and
But-
that's good.
Yeah. No, I think that's good.
They're
I think
they're curating a vibe. Like
Yeah.
it's exclusivity. Of course, the more exclusive, the cooler. But if they see you in line, like from what I've heard, like Germans like techno. They like electronic music.
Yeah,
and
they do.
And if you're in line for Berkhind and they see that you're wearing like high heels, they go, "Oh no, you're not. Well, you're not going to dance. You're going to sit in the corner.
Correct.
You're coming here to look pretty. That's not what we do here.
Correct.
You dance and you move and you look like you're in the Matrix.
Yeah.
And then you piss on a guy in the bathroom. Like that's
actually how it is.
that's what happens there. Yeah. And so you have to be part of the vibe. That's one thing. I was in Berlin, and the club scene is like so like brutalist industrial. You're in like the basement of some warehouse and it looks like a bomb shelter.
Yeah.
And there was one place I went was literally like that. It's these hallways. It looks like Saw, and there's a DJ that's behind like bars DJing, but you also have the best club etiquette ever, because I go into this place is like creepy as hell, crazy techno. You're just dancing, doing your drugs, and I didn't bring any drugs. And so then I go and I asked someone in the bathroom. I was like, "Hey, do you know where to get like coke?" And he went,
"Oh, you don't want to." That's my German accent. He goes,
Do it.
how do I do German? You don't want to buy drugs in the club. No. He goes, that's bad. No, never buy drugs in the club. And I was like, this guy's like, you're such responsible partiers. You're like party super hard, but you're so safe about everything.
But I guess that's the whole beauty of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were not wrong, because in the Kit Kat Club, there was back in the days, I think he is not around anymore, but there was a guy, he was completely naked every time and had this helmet on from the Second World War. And every time when you want to enter the club, you actually have to piss into his helm so you can drink it up. Or he wanted to lick your soles from your shoes, which is course awful, because there's a lot going on this floor.
Yeah.
So I mean, and exactly this face. But I guess if you go there, this is what can happen.
Yeah,
You
I would
know,
love to go there.
right?
I mean, it's just, I'm not going to like be gross. I'm not going to stare at him grossed out, but I mean, like hearing it, I'm like, ugh.
But there is I know that Berkheim has piss guy. There's a guy who sits in the bathrooms and he's like, you can piss in the toilet or you can piss on me.
Exactly.
He's like,
wow.
if you're just gonna throw it away, that's like kind of his stance on it.
Yeah.
And they're just very and technically they're not technically sex clubs. They're
No.
like nightclubs
Correct.
that are kind of like anything goes.
Exactly. And I also hate to put labels on different things.
Yeah.
And like you said, it is a regular club where you know it could be a little bit more kinky. But
Yeah.
if you don't want to, nobody is judging you.
Yeah.
So if you go in there and you have a top and a mini skirt and your sneakers on, nobody forces you to
Right.
get naked in there. Nobody cares about it. But if you want to get naked and you want to lose your stuff completely, nobody cares either. So and I personally think that's the beauty of it all. You can have the best time of your life without any judgment.
Yeah. No, it is very cool. I definitely would love to go back to Berlin. I really enjoyed it. People, I went to an authentic German restaurant there, and it was like really, really good, because people kind of dog on the Germans sometimes cuisine wise, but I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys got really good food.
Yeah,
I
good
think.
food.
Yeah.
Oh, we have really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Berlin's like super multicultural and stuff. You have like food from all over the world. It's very much like a New York or something like
It is.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed.
I'm
Berlin. It was a
excited for
good
going
time.
this year.
Yeah, it's very good, very
Yeah.
good. Well, I mean, I think that's all
That
we
was
have
great,
today.
yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been
Thank
very
you, guys.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, wonderful episode. Into this camera right here, can you let everyone know where to find you?
Of course. So it's pretty easy to find me because it's all over Texas Patti on all the social medias, Twitter and Instagram. It's with a blue check mark. Watch out for that, because there are a lot of fake accounts
A lot
around.
of scammers.
Yeah, exactly. And if you want to see my content, go to impatti.com, because that's my link tree.
Beautiful.